Alcatraz.
And now you're in it.
Just the space, the physicality of it, because it's quite claustrophobic, those restrictions.
They did the research, they went out, studied Alcatraz, not just from books or spooked.
Form, and then figuring out what play spaces we wanted to use out of that, what would be the most interesting areas to play in, and the connections between spaces, and spaces that the public doesn't necessarily get to go into.
We really did a lot of pushing to really enhance that psychological horror aspect that we're really special.
Like I got stuck right through the gates to hell!
Accomplished. Al and the rest of the groups put together this escape plan, but the point is to get the parts and assemble this plane so they can get off the island.
Really enhancing that experience and going along with it in parallel.
Because we wanted to embrace this kind of horror thriller element, we wanted character actors, guys who could really embody someone and then convey emotion. So that's why we went for guys like Ray Liotta, getting in that kind of guy, we wanted a frantic nature path who would be employed by the mob to kill people in interesting ways. Chaz Palminteri, he plays a guy called Sal DeLuca, an old mob boss. Michael Madsen playing Finn O'Leary. He's kind of worked himself from the floor, from the streets. He's got his hands dirty in the blood and the guts a couple of times. And then we had Joe Pantoliano, and he plays Arthur Arlington, who's nicknamed the Weasel.
Those guys, timing that you can't really identify or try to recreate.
Bring it on! Dirtbags!
Mode, and that's just going to be what's going on.
Element forces me to think a little bit more, or look for the clues, or kind of think of zombies on a slightly deeper level throughout the map that tell you, ooh, perhaps if I'm in the afterlife, I can interact with this object, or the afterlife.
Back east, I whacked a dirty dentist with one of these. Took forever, too.
Alcatraz has a Civil War kind of warden that would have collected Civil War weaponry. One of them is a blundergat. It's a fictional weapon, but the idea players may find.
You all gotta go sometime? You just went now.
There's a zombie that's going to come through and wreak havoc on your life. He'll lock down the perk machine, he'll close down the box, so you have to pay to get that open again. So you don't want him to interfere with your process.
Now's a good time to pick a fight.
Perks. We have a new perk called Electric Cherry. When you reload, it gives a shock around, which scales over time.
Who's asking for it, greaseball?
Map. Every time I play it, there's a new tactic to take, a new experience, a new objective to go for.
Don't let me go. Is it the calling we hear?
We got the undead in there. We got the